All right, so we got 50 orders going out, totaling a little over $1,300 in sales. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what sold. This new with tags women's chap sweater sold for $11 plus shipping. And this women's Gap dress also sold for $11 plus shipping. This Eddie Bauer women's lightweight sweater sold for $13 plus shipping. Just listed this simple Timbuk2 tote bag for women, and it sold for $27.95 plus shipping. So Timbuk2 was found in a lot of these storage units I bought last year, and now just starting to get around to selling some of those handbags. So I want to know, how are sales going out for you guys? I know we experienced an interesting July. I want to know, drop in the comments down below, what are some things that you're doing in your business to help combat some of those slow sales? For me, over these last few weeks, it took me some time to look at my business from a different point of view. You know, being able to see what I could be doing to get better, and the things that I'm doing to get better are looking to source in different ways to help bring in better inventory. One thing I want to be showing on the channel is storage units, but also maybe a little bit of retail arbitrage, going into stores like Burlington, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, seeing what we can find in there to be able to find anything that's going to be profitable and worth our time. So I'm going to be experimenting with all of these things down below. You know, alternative ways, but they are known, you know, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, storage units. That might not be new to you, but I do want to start implementing them into my business, as it will be a new venture for me, because I've usually just bought wholesale, bulk bales, you know, combination of getting items shipped to me as well, and also a little bit of Goodwill bins mixed in with that. But I want to start bringing in newer products into my, you know, eBay business, with me starting to now cross list on Poshmark. Today is the day. I now have the listers that I have. One lady is going to be also managing my cross listing on Vendoo. So if you guys are interested in experimenting with Vendoo, you can check out down below where we have a 25% off coupon on your first month if you choose to cross list some of your items. So I'm going to be tracking that along the way, but let's get back into what sold. Another dress going out the door. This is by the brand Easel. It's kind of like a button-up shirt dress. Sold for $15 plus shipping. So people ask me, do I pick up any local stuff, like local brewery stuff, local sports teams? Yes, I do. This is a Eugene, Oregon Ninkasi Brewing sweatshirt. Sold for $17.95 plus shipping. Kind of had a cool print on the back, but yeah, local restaurants, local breweries, things like that do sell. You may not think they do. Local parks, local state parks, they may take a little bit of a while to sell, but so the SKU on this is $14,885. That took maybe about 3 months to sell, but a lot of the times people pass that stuff up, especially if you're at the Goodwill outlet. They just think, hey, no value in that local state park stuff, local restaurant stuff, but there is a small market for it. I'm sure the person that bought this probably lives somewhere in Oregon. Shout out Brenda. Thank you. All right, just had these Timberland boots sell, new in box. Not too bad. These sold for $89 plus shipping, so pretty nice. Kind of a smaller size, size 9. Those came from the storage unit buyout I did last year. I don't pick up a ton of shoes, but it's something that I'm thinking about starting to incorporate a little bit more. New shoes, like doing the things like I just talked about, retail arbitrage, going into some of those, you know, Kohl's, Macy's, TJ Maxx, those types of stores, to bring in some newer product to start ramping up for Q4. So that is something that I'm going to be doing, and, you know, to help raise my average sale price and look to pick up shoes that have a 50% sell-through rate or higher. All right, you guys have heard me the last few times pick up women's plus size tops. If you're new to the channel, that is something that I'm focusing more of my business on. My number one category in my entire eBay store for the last 2 months has been women's tops, and it's ranged between the first place spot and the second place spot the whole year as far as selling plus size women's tops. So this is a Liz Claiborne women's top, but the size is 2XL. I just listed it as the SKU number is pretty new. All you see is my face there though. 17868. Just listed this a couple weeks ago. Took a best offer of $12 plus shipping. Not a ton of money, but then again, my cost of goods ranges between $1 and $2. So what a blessing. Start picking up women's plus size tops if you want to start seeing higher sell-through rate items. Most of them have a 50% high or higher sell-through rate when it comes to like ordinary brands. All right, we're selling a lot of old stock nowadays, which is a big blessing because that is my whole goal, is to start selling some of this older items. So this is 9744. Took about a year to sell. Jockey men's underwear. They are vintage, made in 1999. Can probably see it. But yeah, just some ordinary briefs, sold for $45 plus shipping. These are some Ava and Viv women's sweatpants, size 1X, sold for $15 plus $8.95 shipping. Another women's sweater out the door. This is by the brand Chalet Etsy. Never heard of it before, but it had a nice feel to it. You know when you've maybe gone to the Goodwill outlet and you've been shuffling around and tons of different types of clothing, you know when you kind of feel and pick up something that's more quality, especially if you've sorted through thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of pieces of clothing, you know kind of what feels cheap and what feels quality. So I didn't know that brand at all, but I knew that just touching it, it felt like a solid brand. So I just listed that 2 weeks ago, sold on a best offer of $12 plus shipping. Hey, another not the best brand, but it does sell well if you pick up the cargo variety. So these are some Union Bay joggers that are cargo pants, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. Union Bay cargo shorts also sell pretty decent as well. So I just want to show you how easy this inventory system is to pull and pack orders. We had 13683, so this Adidas men's tank top sold for $17.95 plus shipping. The best part about this inventory system is that it's easy to pull and pack your orders. Much easier than the bins lifestyle where you're running around digging for orders, and it just takes more time. And I'm all about saving time and being as efficient as possible. So if you guys are interested in getting started with this type of inventory system and you really don't know where to start, because there's so many different types of supplies, I use an 8x8x32 box here. It works really well for fitting about 20 to 30 pieces of clothing, and it works well with these shelves. These shelves are a 24 by 48 by 72, so it works well. It hangs off just a little, but not by much, just enough to kind of keep the shelves from toppling over, right? So from the poly bags to the SKU numbers to the boxes to the racks, everything can be found down in the description down below, and I'm very thankful for people who have been continuing to use those links to help support the channel. I appreciate you. I want to take the time to say thank you for everyone that has helped support the channel so far. We just hit 5,000 subscribers over the last 24 hours. I appreciate you. We really, have been on a journey, right? But my intention and purpose for the channel was to always help you guys go further, faster as a reseller. My success is dependent on your guys' success. But that is what I get fulfillment out of the most, is seeing you guys, whether you just take one learning lesson from any of these videos and apply it to your business, and if that helps you get to where you want to be and hitting your goals, that brings me great joy. That is the whole goal and purpose of the channel, is to really help you guys take some of the things that I've learned in my 2.5 to 3 years reselling and help you guys maybe avoid some of the mistakes that I made, or maybe do some of the things that are helping me generate more sales to help apply them into your business. So I really, really am grateful and thankful for the support, and we're just getting started here. So I love y'all and thank you. So I wanted to get to a few questions that came on the channel over the last few hours, and this one's by Maria Ruiz. She said she had a great month of July, which is awesome. That's beautiful. But now it drastically dropped. I list every day and I do promoted listings of 3%. I use your suggestion on titles, but nothing new. What can I do to bring my sales back up? So Maria, what I would suggest is taking a good look at your entire inventory, look at the quality of the items that you're putting in your store, and maybe try to figure out what are some other things that I could put in my store. Maybe you're a clothing reseller. What are some brands that are available in your area that you could start going after? It really depends on the quality of the items that you're putting in your store. Are those items in demand? Are those items have a huge supply and no one's buying them? So you really got to look at the items that you're actually listing. Are they good? Are they desirable? Because if you list things that aren't in demand, then no one wants those. You know, everything in economics is supply and demand. So what is the supply of the items that you're listing and what is the demand of those items? So I would just take a good look at the items that you're listing, and if they're 10, 20, 30% sell-through rate, there's a reason why those things have those types of sell-through rates, is because there is such a huge supply on eBay that you have only a certain amount of chances for that item to sell. So take a good look, take a good stock at your inventory. You're promoting at 3%, that's great, but I think that if you're listing more generic mall brand clothing, it's gonna be a good, more advantageous for you to list, to promote a little bit higher. I know people who don't promote at all and do well, but they're picking up really good items. And if you're picking up just generic Banana Republic, Ralph Lauren, just more of those lower end type brands, you know, your everyday Ralph Lauren polos, I really do believe that promoting is going to help you, give you that extra edge to help you show up on page 1, page 2, rather than on page 20. So those are my suggestions. I would still continue to list daily. I don't know how long you've been listing for. That might have a lot to do with it. But continue to fill your store with good items, the best that you can find. These pull-on Lee jeans, they are missing the size tag, but I just put 38-31 as the actual measurements in the title, and I just took a best offer the other day of $12 plus shipping. So that's what I do when I don't find the size tag. I just put the actual measurements in the title, and then I disclose in the item description that the size tag is missing. All right, so we had these men's Zara pants just sold. Listed them 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and took a best offer of $10 plus shipping. These had a stain. So Zara is okay, not the best. Still been selling a lot of the older inventory, which is a blessing because I still have yet to do my markdown sale. So a lot of those items are so old. I sold SKU number 457. Let's see if we can even find it. Oh, there it is. Susan Graver. Women's full zip sweater sold for $5 plus shipping. This would have been marked down maybe 90%, so I probably would have sold it for $1. So it's been interesting. You know, I haven't done my markdown sale and I'm still seeing some sales come in for older items. So I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to restart my markdown sale or we'll just let it ride. We'll see. These women's Helly Hansen snowboard pants, I know I could have gotten a bit more for these, but they did have some distressing on the hems and they had a stain on the front, so I only sold them for $10 plus shipping. But Helly Hansen is a pretty decent brand to be on the lookout for. All right, so we had this women's Eddie Bauer 1X plus size blazer sold for $14.36 plus shipping. So getting started on eBay can be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you have a hard time figuring out what you want to sell, how you want to price your items, how you want to structure your titles, which is why Marcus Dixon and I have started a reseller mentorship. We just hit over 50 members growing their stores, implementing the same tips that helped Marcus and I reach over $320,000 in sales selling on eBay last year. So you can check out link down below, or you can scan this QR code right right here, and you can join other members growing their stores. We meet with you guys for 9 hours a week via Zoom. We also include a reseller spreadsheet as well as a BOLO brand list and item specifics guide. So you can join the community. We have a 7-day free trial right now. You can see how you like it. If it's not for you, that's okay. It's not for everyone. Not a lot of people know how to use Discord. Not a lot of people know how to use Zoom. But if you do like it, it's just $1 a day after that, and we will help you guys with the steps that it takes to help reach your goals. We'll see you there. So we have these women's super small size Gap corduroy pants sold for $10 plus shipping. Love picking up Nike joggers all the time, men's or women's. These are some men's size large, sold for $15.96 plus shipping. All right, so this women's Adidas Racerback top, size small, sold for $10 plus shipping. All right, so we had these Justin boots sold. I listed them about 2 weeks ago, picked them up from a yard sale, and bought them for $4. They sold for $36 plus $12.95 shipping. So Justin, any Justin boots are always a pickup in my opinion, especially for $4. Didn't do any cleaning, but they still have some good tread on the bottom. So that's the first thing I look for if I'm ever picking up used shoes, and I'm checking the tread and making sure that there's some decent amount of life left in there. So some Justin boots going out the door, turning $4 into $36 plus shipping. So I just sold this men's cardigan. It is a men's because the buttons are on the right, but had a few stains, you know, which is fine. I did wash it with OxiClean. It didn't come out. Still sold for $18 plus shipping. So one of the main things to the reason why I developed a guide for item specifics right here was to figure out what in the heck am I exactly listing? Is it a cardigan? Is it a coatigan? Is it a tunic? What am I doing here? So this guide goes into detail as to what you are listing, and especially if you're a clothing reseller, the eBay item specifics can be a challenge. It can be a little bit overwhelming. What is a balloon sleeve? What is a flared sleeve? What is a dolman sleeve? All of the different varieties, right? Which is why I developed that guide. You can check it out, linked down below, or you can scan this QR code right here, or it will take you right to Amazon. I think the hard copy is best because it's good to have a physical copy with you as you do your listings. And I want to say I appreciate all of the support to the people who have bought the book thus far. Been very good. I love the feedback. I appreciate you all. If you guys do make the purchase, I would greatly appreciate an Amazon review. Give me your thoughts, give me your feedback, and I can use that feedback for the next book that I am writing. So appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right, so another item that would have been marked down 30, 40, 50%, SKU number 5828 is just a pair of Levi's pants. I took a best offer of $20 plus shipping. So where for example, if this was marked down, I would have gotten much less than $20. I had them listed at $28.95. So, you know, not doing the markdown sale is paying off in some aspect. Once I start to see less and less sales come in for that older inventory, that is when I'm going to make that shift into restarting my markdown sale. But hey, really awesome to sell some pair of Levi's new with tags. Still $20 for some older inventory. I'll take it. All right, these women's Maurice's capri jeans sold for $10 plus shipping. God bless you, Maurice's. Got a great question by June. She says, sometimes the item specifics you need don't exist. For example, I just listed a pair of junior size 7 long. You can only do tall or juniors, not both. Also, I wonder if buyers know these item specifics or if they're just searching with generic terms and have no clue what words they need to use to find what they're looking for. So to that second part, yes, a lot of buyers do not know what they're looking for, which is why they search in generic terms. Nike shoes, Levi's jeans, etc. So, but it is important to also plug in accurate and relevant keywords to the items you are listing for the people who do actually know what they're looking for. So I say do both. That's why I start my titles with a pretty broad and generic brand, item, gender, size, and then I plug in the relevant keywords. But yeah, you know, eBay can be funny and tricky. So by listing your pair of junior size 7, just put junior size 7, but put long in the title, put long in the item description, and just make sure you disclose that they're a long type of junior size 7 jeans. So eBay's not, you know, 100%, you know, going to be accurate for everything. There are some few quirks and errors that happen from time to time. If you've been selling on the platform, you know what I'm talking about. So June, that's what I would suggest doing. Start with some broad, generic keywords for the start of your title, and then plug in some more accurate, relevant keywords that are actually going to be more suited to the people that actually know what they're looking for. So I had this vintage Nike men's windbreaker, size small. Had just a small spot on the front of it. Took a best offer of $23 plus shipping. Know I could have gotten a little bit more for it, but it's nice to see some of these jackets start to sell. This is just an LL Bean women's top, size medium, sold for $10 plus shipping. Selling a lot more dresses these days. This is a dress by the brand Torrid. I took a best offer of $15 plus shipping. Probably could have gotten a little bit more for this, but that's okay. Sold one pair of Calvin Klein underwear. This is 2009 model, 2008, sorry. Sold this for $17.95 plus shipping. This Karen Scott women's button-up shirt sold for how much? Oh my goodness. Forgot it right when I looked at it. So this sold for $14 plus shipping. Kind of had a nice floral pattern on it. All right, been selling a lot more hats lately. This is a wool kind of Castro cap, army cap by the brand Peter Grimm. So pretty decent. I have a few of these listed. I took a best offer of $30 plus shipping. This is 100%, this is a 50% wool, 50% polyester, sorry. But gonna start listing more and more hats, especially if they're new with tags. That's gonna be something that I'm gonna be looking to get into more. They are so easy to list, which is why it's more appealing to me in my business. Easy photos, easy storage, and easy shipping. These all get shipped out in a 12 by 6 by 4 box. So I just picked this up last week. It is a Scott E vest. It is a really good brand to be on the lookout for. I do have another one listed, but this vest sold for $99 plus $8.95 shipping. You can feel that it's a quality made vest. It has about 14 different pockets on it. So a good quality brand here, Scott E vest. If you ever find one of these, I paid $2 for it. I have another black one listed. This is a blue men's extra large. So good sell-through rate and a great average sale price for this brand. So sold a pair of socks by the brand Cabot & Sons. And yes, I should have taken off the Marshalls or TJ Maxx tag, but these sold for $14 plus $6.95 shipping. So I pick up a ton of Oregon Duck stuff throughout the entire year, and now finally starting to see a lot of that sell with football season just being around the corner. This is an Oregon Ducks women's tank top, sold for $8 plus shipping. A women's J. Crew sweatshirt sold for $12 plus shipping. Another dress sold by the brand MPL Hawaii. This is a 1X plus size dress, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. So it's obviously a little change in season coming up now. So really grateful to be moving some of these dresses that probably are gonna have a hard time moving come winter time. Men's t-shirt sold by the brand Original Use, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. These men's Ocean Pacific board shorts sold for $14.36 plus shipping. This men's Nautica pullover sweater sold for $14.95 plus shipping. Starting to see so many more sweaters being purchased. Definitely that time of year, people going back to school, kind of a change in the weather happening right now. So if you got sweaters or jackets lying around, start getting them listed. All right, we just had these Nautica corduroy pants sell. They are new with tags. They sold internationally and they sold for $39 plus shipping. If you guys are wanting to know what are the types of brands that I'm on the lookout for on a daily and a weekly basis, you're gonna wanna check out this video right here where it goes over the top 10 Bolo brand list within my 50 brand list, which you can find down in the link below. You can download it for free. Also, I do that for you guys because the next time you go out sourcing, maybe you can can find some of those items as well. We'll see you in the next one, and have a blessed rest of the day. Take care.